The latest on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian officials say the loss of Mariupol may be a red line for peace negotiations with Russia. The city is close to falling after 8 weeks of heavy shelling, and Russia is now hoping for similar successes in the eastern part of the country. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
Russia did not let up its offensive on Easter Sunday, killing 5 people in the eastern town of Kharkiv, according to Ukrainian officials. Ukrainian medics took shelter while trying to help the injured. Missiles hit homes, hospitals, and a kindergarten. The city's mayor is telling residents to evacuate, insisting there are no longer any safe places left. Russia is refocusing its assault on the east and south after failing to take Kyiv. Ukraine's foreign minister says the last forces defending Mariupol are encircled by the Russians.
The situation in Mariupol is both dire militarily and heartbreaking.
Ukrainian fighters rejected an ultimatum this weekend to lay down their weapons or be eliminated. It's estimated that 2,500 troops are holed up in this massive steel plant.
They continue their struggle, but it seems from the way Russian army behaves in Mariupol, they decided to raze the city to the ground at any cost.
The cost is staggering. With dead bodies now littering the streets, local officials estimate 21,000 people have died here.
Roughly 100,000 civilians remain in Mariupol, which had a pre-war population of about 450,000. And switching gears now in Puerto Rico, Museo of las Americas in Old San Juan presented their cultural offer for the month with activities for the whole family to enjoy. The exhibit has the collection of one of the most important painters of the island, Antonio Martorell. The collection reflects on diverse problematics of the society today. Our Francis Felix reports.
The Puerto Rican painter and writer Antonio Martorell make an important social criticism that point out the problematics the Puerto Rican has suffered through the years and also other world tensions with the exhibition Entre Telas. Family politics and social criticism are part of the topic and themes. He also points out the discrimination of the rich and poor. As part of his social criticism, he points out the numbers of deaths during Hurricane Maria. Acrylic on fabric and textile are the elements used in this exhibition.
This exhibition is based on a very famous Puerto Rican painter, Antonio Martorell. And in here you find pieces of pandemic portraits that he did during the lockdown. Pieces are based on our politics and a little bit of the earthquakes in Ponce and Hurricane Maria.
Why Entre Telas is one of the favorite exhibitions when people come here?
So the public really likes this exhibition because it talks a little bit of politics from the island. So you have cases from 1899 until themes of Hurricane Maria, right? So we're constantly learning something new. And also, like the technique that these pieces have, Martorell, he has a very long career, a long artistic career, so he knows what he's doing. So his technique is a little bit perfected, and throughout the years, he's just gonna perfect it even more. Every last Sunday of the month, children enter free to the museum. And in this month, there will be a tour by Humberto Figueroa, which is the curator of the exhibition Entre Telas. We have Antonio Martorell with a workshop, and we also have crafts for children.
With this exhibition, Martorell invites us to reflect on family adversities and struggles on the global community. From Museo de las Américas, Old San Juan, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix.
All right, thanks for that report, Francis. In the meantime, Rwandan president says the media blitz surrounding his trip to Jamaica and Barbados has prompted significant interest from Africans in jetting off to the Caribbean. And speaking over the weekend during his inaugural visit to Barbados, he suggested visa waivers, among other things, to make traveling from the African continent to the region more attractive to those coming on buses or for leisure. President Kagame says there is a huge potential that both regions need to cash in on.
I just confirm that there is a huge interest in the people of my country, our region, the continent, connecting not only with Barbados, but the whole of the Caribbean. And you just check on social media, I know you must be following that. You will see a lot of comments about my visit here. And before coming here, I passed through Jamaica. And the comments there from not only my country, but from the continent, speak to that. It's like it is too, already we are too late in a sense to do that. So, but it's never too late to connect and make friends and partnerships. And so we definitely want to do that.
And on the issue of air travel, host Prime Minister Mia Mottley said discussions will begin on multilateral air services agreements, stressing that there must be connectivity between the continent and the Caribbean.
I think all of us agree, and we're coming closer, I hope, to its resolution, that there must be air connectivity between the continent of Africa and the Caribbean region. As I said at the CARICOM AU Summit last September, it is time for us to remove the middle passage, the middle leg, and the middleman if we are going to bring true development and opportunity to our people.
And while in Barbados, President Kagame held a bilateral talk with and agreed to cooperate in several other areas, including sports, cricket, and road tennis, agriculture, and financial service investments. The leader of the East African nation left the island on Sunday after a one-day trip that followed his visit to Jamaica. He was the first president from Rwanda to visit Barbados. And as we head into what's expected to be a busy travel season, pilots at two of America's biggest airlines say exhaustion is on the rise among their ranks, which could pose as a safety risk. Pilot union representatives at both Southwest and Delta Airlines report that their members are increasingly tired and fatigued. While passenger levels have returned to 90% of their pandemic levels, staffing levels have not recovered. That's because thousands of pilots retired either by choice or by reaching the mandatory age requirement of 65. Meanwhile, climbing demand and cancellation chaos caused by severe weather is testing the mental and physical limits of many aging pilots. Delta's union representative says too many of his pilots are working longer days with shorter nights at home. In response, Southwest says it has a goal of hiring 8,000 new employees this year, with 40% of them being flight crew.